Say what? Hannah Montana will be right back.
Jingle
on Disney
bells,
Channel.
Batman stuff. Hello out there in podcast land. What are y'all doing here? You know, season 2 of the Pop Ninja podcast ended a little over a month ago. Surprised to see y'all, but been thinking about y'all. You know, Lisa and I were talking how we miss you guys and we miss the interaction and recording the podcast every week and stuff. What? Another episode? Well, you know, season 3, we'll start into January, early February. Oh, for the holidays. That's a great idea, guys. Yeah, I'll tell you what, maybe not a full podcast episode, but how about a Christmas special? There you go. Maybe like a 30-minute episode. We'll call it the Pop Ninja Podcast Christmas Special. How's that? We should do it a video podcast like we do our Halloween ones. All right, I'll tell you what, I'm here in Louisiana and Lisa's way up there in Pennsylvania, but I'll try to find her. I'll give her a call. You know, she's probably busy with her family. They run a bed and breakfast up there, and they're not as laid back as I am out here in the swamplands of, you know, Southwest Louisiana, but maybe she can take a break for a minute. Let me give her a call. And I'll be back soon, you know, real soon with that Christmas special episode. So here's looking at you. Be back soon. So, how you stop this thing? Is it off?
Let's get back to Hannah Montana
Jingle.
on Disney Channel.
Oh, it's not off. Oh, I thought it was off. How you turn this off?
Let's head back to the days of fun. Just watch the podcast until it's done. Thanks for tuning in to Pop Ninja.
Welcome to the Pop Ninja Podcast, where we reminisce about the pop culture of the 70s, 80s, and beyond. From bell-bottom jeans to parachute pants. From Panama Jack shirts to members-only jackets. From Smurfs and Scooby-Doo to Thundar the Barbarian. If you had a Rubik's Cube, or a Swatch watch, was crazy about Max Headroom, or ever wondered who shot JR, then this podcast is where you will feel right at home. Now, jump in the DeLorean time machine and join your hosts, Lisa and Patrick, as they take you on a pop culture adventure through the greatest decades of all time.
Okay, I found Lisa, and she agreed to do a Christmas special episode, and we kind of talked it over, and what we're going to do is we're going to talk about those great Christmas memories from the 70s and 80s when we were growing up. And at home, I imagine most of you that listen to us probably grew up the same time that we did, you know, the 70s or 80s. But maybe you grew up in the 90s or the early 2000s. It doesn't matter. Just think about those great Christmas memories from when you were a little kid and what really stood out in your mind and what still stands out to you. And just, you know, think about it, something that makes you smile. And that's what we're going to talk about right now. And we're going to keep this quick. It's just a bonus episode or Pop Ninja Podcast Christmas special. So we decided each of us kind of picked 5 items that we remember that we want to talk about real quick. And I'm going to let Lisa start off. So Lisa, what do you remember?
I don't remember nothing. No, it's all a blur. No. Okay. Are we going to go like 5 to 1? Like,
yeah, sure. Why not? I didn't
Okay.
rank mine, but I'm just going to give you 5. So, but go ahead.
Okay. I feel like we're robbing Jamie Ray, like of his.
Oh yeah! Shout out to Jamie Ray, Fave 5 from
Fave
Fave.
5. Yeah.
Go check out his
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. My number 5 is I always think about when we used to walk downtown in my town, like for Christmas time, and going into town, knowing everybody, and like all the little stores that we'd go into. And there was this one like flower shop that I loved that had poinsettias and pine, and like just it smelled like Christmas, and then just you'd see everybody that you knew, and everybody was having fun, and it was just such a nice. It would be snowing. Like, I know you didn't have the snow, but it was always snowing back in the day, before climate change. It's like we have blizzards, but we'd walk downtown, and I think about this one year, and I think I was only in the 4th grade, and my parents would let me walk into town from my house, which is pretty far away from town, to go Christmas shopping. And I remember going with my one friend, Lisa. Her name was Lisa too, and we walked into Lisa, and we in the Cult Jam, yeah, and we walked into Murphy Mart.
Nice shooting, son. What's your name? Murphy.
I don't know if you guys ever had Murphy Marts, but and I bought her. I always had to use my allowance and my birthday money to buy Christmas presents. Like, my parents didn't give us money, to go. We had to use our own money if we wanted to buy somebody something. And I remember I got her a hamster and a hamster cage that year for Christmas, and I thought that was a pretty cool gift, to give her. So. And I just remember how much fun it was, with your friends, and yeah, I miss all that. How about you? What's yours?
Well, I miss just the thrill of getting up Christmas morning and running out, to the Christmas tree to see what Santa left.
Yeah.
Yeah. As a little kid, that is exciting, and it was always cool. And I don't know how other people's parents did it, but we had a bunch of wrapped gifts under the tree. And then we had some unwrapped, bigger gifts, like maybe a bicycle or, something like that, a foosball table or something that Santa left that we were surprised,
Yeah.
But that was always so much fun. And I would always get out of bed and I would run out there and look, and then I'd go wake up my parents, to come, and they would always, give me a minute. They'd sleep in another 5-10 minutes. Then they had to get up and go to the bathroom and get ready, and Mom had to get out and make a pot of coffee. It took forever. The little kids just come on, let's do this.
I know.
But just that thrill, just that feeling when you wake up Christmas morning,
Yeah, I can remember going to bed and looking out the window at the streetlights and looking at it snowing. And I would just I would be so excited. I don't know how I ever fell asleep. I don't know how Santa Claus ever came, because I don't know how I slept all night. And then I remember my brother coming to get me, and we couldn't peek or go downstairs. And sometimes I would try and hang on to Critter's feet and hang him off the staircase. And it's a wonder I didn't drop him on his head, but I'd dangle him down there to see if he could see anything. And because we feared for our life if my mom and dad were to wake up and see us doing that, because it was like a rule that you could not go down the steps until they were ready to. So it's the same. I guess all parents are the same.
And then when my daughter was little, that was it's still thrilling for her to get up and me to watch her expressions and the surprise when she would go find stuff. I can remember being sound asleep, and she'll come and jump on my back in the bed, just dive on me. Daddy, get up, Santa Claus came.
Yeah.
But, that was always fun.
I remember with Jordan, with him, on Christmas Eve, we would say that we had one present from us, and we would do a treasure hunt, and we would make up these clues to get, and you would have to get to the next thing, and then you'd have to find the next clue, and then you'd have to find the next clue. And then we did that 4 or 5 times until he found his actual gift. So it was like this little tradition that we did every year with the treasure hunt. And I would write these goofy, rhyming, stupid, clues, so, but he thought it was fun. So that was like a little tradition we did with him, but we didn't do that when I was a kid, but yeah. But my my 4 thing is that is exchanging Christmas presents with my brother on Christmas Eve. That was we were allowed to do our presents with each other, give each other our own gift. And so that was and I just remember this one year I gave him a Fozzie Bear stuffed animal for Christmas because he was into the Muppets. He loved the Muppets. He got a Muppet drum set one year, and I got him Fozzie Bear.
Waka 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 waka! Why is Kermit always so happy? 'Cause he eats whatever bugs him. Ah! Whoa!
And I just remember somehow Fozzie Bear ended up in the chimney, and he was, and we have a picture of him, and it looks like he's looking up the chimney like he's looking for Santa Claus, and there's the phone.
Plaza Hotel Reservations, may I help you?
Howdy do. This is Peter McAllister, the father.
Yes, sir.
I'd like a hotel room, please.
Yes.
With an extra large bed, a TV, and one of those little refrigerators you have to open with a key.
Yes, sir. You'll need a major credit card upon check-in.
Credit card? You got it.
Thank you. Enjoy your stay.
How about you for 4? What's your 4?
Okay, I remember going out with my dad when I was a little kid, and we would go out and cut down our own Christmas tree instead of, you know how you can go to the store and buy a live one already cut, or you go to a Christmas tree farm and get one, or you can put up an artificial one. But I remember a few times actually going out. You know, my dad had an axe, and it was kind of like a Griswold moment because we had this station wagon, the wood panel, kind of a woody, you know. And we put the axe in the back, and we would go driving down some back roads until we found a clearing in the woods, and we'd park, and we'd go walk until we found, you know, a pretty tall pine tree that had a really good top. And we would cut it down, and then we would cut the top off of it. And
Dad, didn't they invent Christmas tree lots so people wouldn't have to drive all the way out to nowhere and waste a whole Saturday?
They invented them, Russ, because people forgot how to have a fun, old-fashioned family Christmas and are satisfied with scrawny, dead, overpriced trees that have no special meaning.
My toes are numb.
You see, kids, this is what our forefathers did.
I can't feel my leg.
They walked out into the woods, they picked out that special tree, and they cut it down with their bare hands.
Mom, I can't feel my hips.
Clark.
Yes, honey?
Audrey's frozen from the waist down.
That's all part of the experience, honey.
you know, like Clark Griswold, we put on top of the station wagon and we tie it down, and then we drive home, and bring it in and decorate it.
How far ahead of time before Christmas did you get your tree?
Right after Thanksgiving.
Oh, so you had it up a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, a lot of times, like, and my mom, talked about how they never put their Christmas tree up until Christmas Eve. And it was like they did it all together as a family, and they only had their tree up like a week or so. That's how it used to be. Now, now each year, I swear, Christmas, it gets longer and longer and longer, and we start decorating right after Halloween. So. But I could never have a real tree that long, because it would dry up and catch on fire or something. But I don't know that I remember we used to have an artificial tree, and it looked like it was made out of those things you scrub your toilet with, like this. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like the whole tree looked like that, and it was pretty. It was. I think it was the beginning of the artificial trees, and they were pretty bad. They didn't look real like they do now.
Remember those tinsel trees? They look like they're made out of silver.
Yeah, those are old. Those are like from the 50s. Those are antique. I think they're cool. But this was like we had the same set of lights every year, the same garland. We recycled. My mom even took the tinsel, the icicles.
Yeah.
Do you remember them? Did you put them on your tree? Like one at a time, because they have to be. My mom had to have handfuls, big globs. I used to do that too. I used to grab a handful and just kind of do all that,
Yeah.
But my mom would put them on one at a time, and it's like. But then we'd have to take them off, and we took the tree down and put them in a bag and save them for the next year. And it's like so. But we always had these. We had the same Christmas balls, and it's like. And I was looking at some pictures I had posted earlier of our Christmases, and I was thinking, that looks exactly the same as it did the year before. We didn't when I decorate now, my tree always looks different year to year, but when I was a kid, it's the same silver garland, same these satin balls, like red and yellow. And it's we didn't have a lot of ornaments. I do remember going out though and collecting like princess pine and making wreaths. And I remember my dad made a Yule log the one year and put a candle in it, and it fell off the fireplace, and he was laying on the floor by the mantle, and it cracked him right in the head.
Oh.
And it was like, yeah, and he had a guy that he was bleeding. It was like, yeah, like I do remember. That's not one of my top 5 fave, but that was a memory for sure. Yeah. So, so what's 3? What's your 3? Or me tell you 3?
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Okay. My third one is in school. We always had like these door decorating contests at Christmas. I don't know if you did that.
Yeah, I remember doing that.
I might have talked about this before, but like, cause I was always artistic in school. So everybody would ask me to do the thing so that they could win a pizza party. And I just remember like one year I did like a Cabbage Patch Christmas, and one year I did like a Smurf Christmas, where like all the Smurfs look like were like kind of like elves, and then I did like a Christmas tree, and like Papa Smurf was sitting in a chair by the tree, and the other Smurfs were decorating the tree, and we won first prize, and I thought that was cool. And I was thinking about school stuff, because I was thinking about, I know we talked about that people gave each other the carnations, because you told me that you gave about black carnations, but at Christmas time you could do like a secret admirer thing, or send to your friends like little candy canes.
Oh yeah.
You could,
we did
yeah. I don't know if you did that. Did you did that? Yeah. I thought that was fun. Yeah. That was a cool memory. What about you?
I miss all those Rankin and Bass stop motion animation Christmas specials.
Oh, you mean like Frosty and
like Rudolph and Frosty and all those cartoons.
Frosty was on last night. I was watching.
You could only see them back then. You could only see them once a year. You didn't have VHS or DVD.
Yeah.
But you had to be there when it came on, or you didn't see it for another year.
What was your favorite one?
I like Rudolph with the what was his name?
With the abominable snowman. Yeah,
that was my favorite.
With Jamie Ray. Yeah. He was a Unicorn Cornelius, and I know.
Shout out to Jamie Ray. Unicorn Cornelius. Faith from fans.
Yeah. Unicorn mania. Yeah. Unicorn. Yeah. Unicorn Cornelius. Yeah. But my favorite was the one with the Heat Miser and the Mr. Freeze. Yeah. And I liked I think it was the year was that the year without a Santa Claus? And then he had the girlfriend, and she had the red hair, and she sang songs, and he was Kris Kringle. I think
there were several of those cartoons like that.
Yeah. And Frosty the Snowman like always traumatized me.
Frosty looked a little different, the animation style. It was more like a regular cartoon, and the other ones looked more like stop motion or something. And they had the Rudolph, and then they had like, what was it? Rudolph and the Island of Misfit Toys. And,
the Misfits. Yeah.
Yeah, and they had several of them. The Baby New Year one, and was Little Drummer Boy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember a bunch of them. But I love watching those. There's so much.
I did too. I love them too.
Just waiting, I would look in the TV guide and see when they were coming out and circle it.
I remember that too. Yeah.
And count down the days. I couldn't wait to sit down, watching on that old console TV.
I know. I remember that too. Yeah. It was just a big deal. It was like so much fun. Yeah. Well, my number 2 is Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas, watching that every year. So I'm did you ever, have you seen it?
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Hi ho, this is Kermit the Frog, and I'd like to tell you about this Christmas special that we did. It's called Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas, and it's a nice, warm, gentle story, and it looks like this.
Seems like we've sold just about everything last couple of years.
About all I got left is a sense of humor in a wash tub.
Well, at least there ain't no hole in the wash tub. Your nails won't break and your toes won't stub. You never get a fever when there ain't no hole in the wash tub.
All with brand new bunch of Muppets.
Look at the birds up in the trees.
Well, we're not birds. We're a jug band.
So get
And it's got wonderful music by Paul Williams.
replace it with a grin and a dream come true.
With a pretty girl dancing the jug band music.
And a mess of all barbecue.
That's a pretty girl dancing the jug band music.
And a mess of all barbecue.
So remember to watch Home Box Office for Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. And Merry Christmas from the Muppets.
Thursday.
Okay, because like I have a trivia for you. Okay. Okay. Do you know what the name of the band was and Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas?
Emmett and the Jugheads.
Not Emmett's band, the other band, like that they competed
Otter
together.
and the Jugheads.
What?
Otter and
Otter,
the Jugheads.
Otter and the Jugheads. Not his band. It
Archie
was
and the
Jug
Jugheads.
band. No, the other band that they competed against.
I can't remember.
The bad guy, the bad band.
I can't
The bad
remember.
band of the
Backstreet
River Bottom,
Boys.
the River Bottom Nightmare band.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember them?
I do now.
Oh, do you remember the lead singer thing guy was guitarist was a bear, like was a grizzly bear named Chuck?
I don't remember the
Remember
name.
that?
It's been
And
a
he
long
rode
time.
around the car and they had in the back of the car, he had a thing with a fish in it and it would spit water in people's faces. Do you remember that?
No.
And there was a snake and the snake played guitar too.
I have to watch it again.
And then there was another, I think it was like a weasel. There was a weasel in it. Yeah. But I just remember my brother loved it. And I can remember watching that. And I think it was like on HBO. It came out, it was an HBO made movie. Like, and then Kermit the Frog was in it at the beginning. He was like narrating it. But I couldn't wait to watch Emmett Otter. And it was the same thing. The only time I ever saw it was when would play on HBO every year. And then it was like a big deal too, you know, because yeah, it wasn't on any other channel but HBO. And I can remember watching it like on a Saturday afternoon, like with one of my friends, like would be at my house. And I can remember like we would go outside. You didn't have snow, you know, to play in. But that's one of the things that I miss is like going outside to play in the snow, because we used to go sled riding. We had snowmobiles. We went snow tubing. We would make slush like floats out of snow and put like root beer in them. And we made snow forts outside. It was like all that was fun. Then you come in and you eat some Campbell's chicken noodle soup, and then you go back out for a while and freeze to death, and then you come back in, and it was all fun, you know. But I remember my mom would be out in the kitchen like baking cookies. I can remember her making like raisin filled cookies and, you know, sugar cookies, and, you know, we'd be in there watching Emmett Otter and running out to get a cookie, and it was just so like, you know, so much like it was homey and cozy, and, you know, I just love that. So yeah, that was part of my trivia. But I have a couple other trivia for you, but I'll ask you a couple at the end, at the very end. What was your two?
Well, something that you can appreciate, and Billy Ray, shout out to Billy Ray Bates, BRTV. All the Christmas catalog, toy catalogs, Penny and Sears, and you know, all those, and get them. And I'd go to my grandma's, get hers, and circle everything I wanted from her. Then my mom's, I'd circle everything, all different items that I wanted from my mom, and hopefully I'd get some of them. You know,
you wanted from your mom, or you wanted to buy for your mom?
No.
You wanted your mom to buy
my
for you.
grandma's catalog and circle stuff in hers. Then I take my mom's
so
catalog.
you didn't overlap. Okay.
Yeah. So they didn't give me the same thing.
Right.
And then I'd hope I'd get at least something that I circled, you know, and I usually did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
That
Santa
was
Claus.
fun. Couldn't wait to get that catalog in the mail.
That's what my brother was like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that too. But you know, I was really cool with, once I got older, I liked getting clothes for Christmas. And then I loved like getting dressed up, like, you know, like whatever you might've got like for Christmas morning, like for clothes. We always went to my grandparents then after that. And then I liked going and putting my clothes on, and, you know, I had to get a new purse or something and get new earrings, and everybody always dressed up, you know. It was like, it was just a fun day, you know, and that day seemed to last forever, because it's like we got up, we did Christmas at our house, and then we would go out to my mom's parents' house, and then in the evening we go to my dad's parents' house, and so we did like 3 Christmases in one day. And it just like, and now to me, it's like Christmas seems like it's over before we ever even get up and get to going, you know? And it's like this year I'm thinking I'm going to do it, maybe a Christmas brunch, like a breakfast, and then do presents in the afternoon and then do a dinner at night. But it always seems like we never have time to do like we used to go out and play even on Christmas Day, like out and make a snowman in the yard and like our whole family, you know, and then we'd go get like toboggans and go sled riding. And it was just seemed like it just went on for forever. And like there was a never ending supply of food and yeah. And that's kind of my number one thing is being out at my grandparents' house on Christmas, on like not just on Christmas Day, but leading up to Christmas, because my grandma was very generous and she would buy, and there was like 13 of us in my family, like that would, you know, be there for Christmas, and we all had our own. It was almost like, it reminds me of when I see like the Osmond family Christmases, you know, and like they're all putting their singing songs and sticking up their stockings and stuff, you know, like we like I would stay out there with my Aunt Sharon and spend the night sometimes at my grandparents, and she would get all this stuff out and tell us and whose pile of stuff was what, and then we'd have to wrap it. And so we would turn on the record player and you know, just eat cookies and wrap stuff all night long and sing songs, and it was just a blast, you know. It's like I miss that. I just miss being in my grandparents' house. They had a big stone fireplace, and my grandpa had this stuff that you could stick in the fire and it looked like it was wax and it would make different colors.
Oh yeah, I
remember
that stuff.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like a brick, and it had like these, it looked like, and it had little squares, and he'd chop off a square and throw it in. It would make the fire turn like blue and pink, and it was like really pretty. Yeah. So I'm very nostalgic about Christmas. So what's your number one?
Well, this is something from the 70s when I was little. It was Santa Claus's rocket ship. And it looked like something from the like 50s sci-fi B movie. You know, it was like one of those Flash Gordon from the 50s rocket ships. But all it was a bus, but they had like a facade around it, you know, to make it look like a rocket. And it was all decorated like it was red and silver and white. And on the side, it said something like Santa's rocket ship or Santa's rocket sled or the North Pole Express or something. I forget what it said, but we would go to the mall, and I remember me and my brother, you know, we'd take a picture with Santa in the mall.
Yeah.
And the mom would put us in this long line. And we probably had to wait an hour to ride this rocket. It was basically a bus, and the line went out the mall, and the bus would pull up, or the rocket would pull up, and you get on it. There's an elf driving it, okay? And you just basically sit in a bus, and it goes around the mall and it brings you back. It takes like, you know, 4 or 5 minutes, and you waited an hour to ride it. But for a little kid, I actually thought I was on a rocket. You know, it was so cool.
Oh, yeah.
You have no idea what I'm talking about?
No, it must have been a local thing.
Rocket sled? No.
No, we didn't have the rocket sled.
I'll try to find a picture of it. I'll put it up on here.
Well, they must have quit doing it at some point.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. It was probably just the 70s thing.
Yeah, and I'm sure that was local to your area, you know.
I don't know. They traveled around the country. They had different ones.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, like it was like showed up. Yeah, but we didn't even have a mall like where I lived.
Yeah. They usually go to malls because it was easier for them, you know, just to drive around the parking lot.
No, when I went to the mall, I would have to go. I remember going with the home ec club, and we would go down to Pittsburgh, and then we go at Christmas time. I just remember you could go. I remember doing Christmas parties in high school. Like everybody would bring food in and stuff, and like cupcakes and you know, for Christmas. And we had whoever you sat with, you could exchange gifts with. We always did that. But you could buy your friend like a whole bunch of stuff for under $5. Like I'd get like somebody like a 45 record and a bracelet and some earrings, and you know, like, you know, you could chapsticks, lipsticks, you know, all these things like for under $5. And it was always fun, like, you know, to do that in school. And then, you know, yeah, that's like that's what when we would go to the mall. I remember seeing Arthur one time at Christmas
Oh, yeah.
at the mall and going to an Orange Julius, you know, and I just thought that was like the best time ever, you know. Yeah, you didn't need a whole lot of money to hang in the mall, but people just don't hang in the mall like that anymore, you know. So, but I remember when we were saying about going to see Santa Claus, like we used to go down to the Slovak Club, which was like my dad's parents were Czechoslovakian, and they had Santa Claus there, and I just remember every year we got a popcorn ball that was hard as a rock that you probably could have killed somebody with it, you know, and then we got like those Hershey miniatures, like just a couple of them, and maybe I don't know if there was an orange, or it might have been like an orange or fruit or something in there, and a candy cane, and we could get a thing of strawberry soda pop in there, and we thought that was like the best thing ever, you know, just to go there for this. It was just a paper bag, like a brown paper bag with stuff in it. It wasn't even like, you know, anything, you know, spectacular, but we thought it was like the best thing ever, you know. So yeah. Now I miss Christmas. Yeah. So yeah. Can I ask you like just a couple trivia?
Sure.
Okay. In the movie Die Hard, and actually I'm going to say this. We're going to give away a DVD of Die Hard, since it's the most debatable thing about the 80s.
Yeah, the best Christmas movie ever made.
Yeah, that Bruce Willis says is not a Christmas movie, but everybody watches it.
This is John.
Nice beer.
He just wants to spend Christmas with the family.
Is Daddy coming home with you?
We'll see what Santa and Mommy can do.
But when he gets stuck at the office party,
Merry Christmas.
it'll be a holiday
Merry Christmas.
he'll never forget.
Ho, ho, ho.
Welcome to the party, pal.
This Christmas,
It's a time of miracles, so be of good cheer.
Only John can drive somebody that crazy.
get ready to jingle some bells and deck the halls with bows of Bruce Willis,
Went to the coast. We get together, have a few laughs.
Alan Rickman,
Do you really think you have a chance against us, Mr. Cowboy?
Yippee-ki-yay, mother.
together in the greatest Christmas story ever told.
I got some bad news for you, Dwayne. Hans, Bobby. Eat it, Harvey.
Holy shit.
I'm starting to get a bad feeling up here. Merry Christmas.
Die Hard.
This is their idea of Christmas. I gotta be here for New Year's.
Christmas, but I'm going to give that away as our prize for this special episode. I'll give away a DVD. Just the code word is going to be the answer to my question. Okay, so this is the code word that you have to send us. But the question is, what is the name of the company, like the building that in Die Hard where all this took place at?
So the code word is Nakatomi Plaza.
That's right. That's the code word. Yeah. Yeah. So if people send us to us, they can win a prize. They can win a Christmas prize, Christmas present. Win Die Hard. But and then my other question is, do you know the name of the song, the Christmas song that was really popular that was done by Wham?
Last Christmas? That one?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Is that the name of it?
Yeah, Last Christmas.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Yay! That's it. Yeah, because I didn't know if you'd play or not. So yeah.
All right.
Did you want to ask me anything?
What's for supper?
I haven't got that far yet. Sausage and biscuits. I think that's what I'm making.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to say, you know, from Pop Ninja, from the podcast, we just want to tell everybody out there, we hope you have a very, very Merry Christmas and just a fantastic New Year. Hopefully 2022 will be a lot better for the whole planet. You know, we've been through a couple of years here It was just total poop, you know. But hopefully we'll get back on
Reindeer poop.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, just Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And we'll be back with season 3 of our podcast probably sometime in January.
Yeah.
But thanks for listening. And Lisa, you got anything to add?
No, I've just missed doing the podcast, and this is pretty cool doing a video, you know.
This is our Christmas special, and we hope you enjoy it. And on Facebook, tell us what your favorite Christmas memories are from your childhood. Just put it right there on the comments. So
yeah.
All right. Well, Merry Christmas, and as we sign off, I'm going to leave you with this final thought.
And now, Adam West High School Choir's original Christmas song, Die Hard. I see those looks. Yes, the movie was originally released in summer, but it took place on Christmas Eve, which makes it a Christmas film.
I guess we don't need this for anything.
Die hard, die hard, John McClane and his wife.
Yippee-ki-yay! Yippee-ki-yay!